Good morning. So it's another bitterly cold day today. I'm continuing down on the bottom lake. It's been a bit of a struggle getting going this morning because we had rain last night and then it cleared up this morning and it all decided to freeze. So I actually had to force one of the gates open with a spade because it's frozen shut. But it does look good on the mountain tops with all the snow up there, so that's nice. But yes, so this section here, so I cleared along the river there. I cleared up to here and I was going to work my way this way. Now the plan was to have a nice easy day today, so I have actually started. I've trimmed back some of this rhododendron to make the path wider and again trimmed the ivy at the edge. Problem is, as I'm working, I'm seeing more and more. I'm going, oh, I could just quickly do that, I could quickly do this, so I'm going to start quickly doing those. So one of the things is we've got a branch that's fallen off the oak tree there and it's sitting on that rhododendron. Now I'm thinking if I just cut that rhododendron off near the base, that will give us more water surface area and a thicker rhododendron bush there. As we come up here as well, we've got an old fence in here, so there's, I don't know why, but there was a fence that divided this across here all the way along at some point, but at different times they've just cut and pulled sections out. So where they put these steps in, they cut it probably from that rhododendron down there and they've pulled it all back and just rammed it in here, because now we've got rhododendrons growing through it, so I can't just pull that out. It's going to be a case of cutting it into small pieces to remove it. And then over the back there we've got various bits of willow tree that have come down, so yeah, nice easy day for me. So right, let's get on. Okay, well we'll start with the fence because that's the one that's irritated me the longest, so okay, so that's taken me about 10 minutes to clear it from that tree just over there all the way through to about here. So that's all looking a lot tidier over there. Now from here on it's a little bit too buried. I don't think I'm going to be able to get it out. So that kind of leads me on to the next task, which is trying to clear some of these branches. If I clear these branches, then I might be able to get that fence out. We'll see. So the plan is to create a dead hedge. So a dead hedge is what we've got going on just over there, which is literally a hedge made of dead material. So that dead hedge there was done a couple of years ago when I trimmed some of this laurel back. So my plan is to carry that on down along here, and it is literally just a case of piling the material up into a nice neat line. That leaves it to break down in situ, so wildlife can still use it and nest in there. You can get beetles and things that use the rotting wood. But it looks nice and tidy. I know it's not the nicest thing to look at, but with all that rhododendron between here and the path, you shouldn't notice it too much, and if you do, it looks organised. It doesn't just look like a fallen tree. So yeah, let's get a saw and get on with that. Okay, so that pile's coming along nicely. Now you might think it's a bit bigger than it was a second ago. That's because I've just trimmed some of the dead branches off of here and pulled the dead wood out of here. So that's looking a lot better now. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get the rest of the fence out. I think it is just too buried underneath there. So I'm going to leave it at that. I've got the worst of the branches away from there now. I'm looking at how much willow there is. Like I say, we have got tree surgeons coming in at some point. They might be able to get up to this upper bit with the cherry picker, and they might have a shredder, which would be helpful. So yeah, I'm going to go down there and clear that branch in the pond instead. Okay, well, we'll see how good the reach is on the saw. So there's a large piece of oak on the rhododendron down in the water there, so I'm going to take that one back. It's a smaller piece hanging higher up. I'm thinking I might try and trim that back further as well, because the bank's actually quite a long way back there, and that'll open it up so you can see more of the water. And then there's also the oak branch that comes down. There's two little pieces coming down off of that look like they're dead at the ends, so I'll see if I can cut those back as well. So yeah, let's see what I can get done. Okay, so that's the last of those cleared. That loud crack noise you might have heard was the handle giving out on the saw. That's not a proper saw handle, that is actually intended for a skimming net on a swimming pool, so that might be why it's failed. But yeah, not sure what we're going to do about that. But yeah, I'll have to get the boat out and trim those bits, which I might do this afternoon. So I'm going to clear this and then go and have some lunch. Right, see you in a bit. Okay, so it's been a slight change of plan for this afternoon. So coming back up here, I was getting a little stuck with the mower because where I haven't been going up and down here quite as often, the grass has built up, and where the grass has built up, it's trapped the sediment. So I've now got this fine layer of mud, and as you can hear, it is hard gravel underneath there, but unfortunately I'm just sliding on top of it. So my plan is to put some more gravel over the top of this. I was going to try and dig this out, but to be honest, it's not that thick, and I'm going to wear myself out trying to dig it out. So if I had a little dumper truck, then I'd probably try and scrape the surface off, which I might try and get the owner to do later in the year. I did suggest it, because the car park's kind of doing the same, but he went, oh, it'll be fine in the summer when we're using the car park. We're not using it at the moment. So it's like, right, okay. So yeah, let's grab some gravel and fill in those ruts. So I timed that out of interest. It takes over a minute and a half to get from the pile to here. So that bit there's worked. But coming back up, I got stuck again, so I'll show you what I've been doing to get out of it. So yeah, I've literally just been climbing off, so it's taking my weight off of it. and pressing the accelerator with my hand and pushing at the same time, which obviously isn't good because then your head's even closer to the engine. So yeah, but that first section's working fine, so let's carry it on and get this done. Okay, so that's one whole load done all the way up to the trailer there, so that should be good and I shouldn't get stuck on the hill there, but I'm still finding this bit is a little bit slippery. So you can see there's two sets of tracks here. So what I've been doing is I've been coming up the hill and going through there when I've got a load, and I've been taking it round to the bonfire pile, which is up on the field over there, and I've been coming back down this way. So I'm thinking if I grab another load, I only need to fill in the section over to the tree there. I don't need to worry too much about this section for now. So yeah, let's go and grab another load and get that in. Okay, well that seems to have done the trick. So all the way up to about there, it looks quite nice and neat. This corner bit's a little bit mucky, but that's mainly where it's been so churned up. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully that'll do now, and as I drive over it, the mud will actually wash away with the rain rather than just sitting there. If not, I'll just have to put more gravel on. So yeah, right, so it is now 2 o'clock. So I'm going to go and find something else to do. Okay, so because of the time, I don't want to start anything too big. So yesterday I was clearing that section there, and I got up to here. So I'm going to make a start in here. I don't know how far I'm going to get. But I want to try and cut the ivy off of this tree here, give that a bit more space to grow at the base. Obviously I can't clear the stuff at the top, but once I cut it down here, it'll be dead up there. I also want to remove these sprouts from the side here because it just looks like a mass of dead twigs. We've got quite a build up on the other side, and all it does is catches the leaves and encourages rot at the base, so I don't really want that there. That's probably all I'm going to get done, so I'm not going to carry on and say everything else that needs to be done. So yeah, let's get on. Okay, well I think that's me done for today. So let's have a quick recap of what I've done. So I've got the ivy up of this tree here and removed the small branches from the bottom here, so that's a bit tidier. I haven't tidied it properly because I will be coming back through this section, but that'll do for now. I managed to get rid of the small branches around the base of this tree as well. I'm not sure whether we're keeping these larger ones or not. You've got a bit of a mess of twigs here. Now that's actually honeysuckle. So that's managed to make it all the way up into the top of the tree there. So I'm going to leave that because honeysuckle is actually more of a problem for smaller trees. As you can see, it goes round and eventually cuts off the sap flow in the tree. So as that one's managed to make it all the way up there, I'm just going to leave that. When that flowers, the scent should be amazing and nobody will even know why. So yeah, I took a couple of branches out of there and a couple of branches out of there as well, which I didn't record because it was such a pain getting in there. But that's just generally made that look a little bit more open. So yeah, over there. So with this section here, I've trimmed the rhododendron along the side here. I've managed to get the fallen branch out from over there. I did remove a couple of branches from in here to make it so that tree was more visible. Not that I want that tree more visible, but I don't want the tree surgeons to miss it. So that should be going. I also managed to get the bundle of wire out from here, so that's looking a lot better. And I've taken a lot of the dead material at the back there and turned it into a dead hedge. So that's neatly piled out the back there, but you don't notice it too much because of the rhododendron in front. So yeah, then final thing was up there. So yep, that was the final thing, was the gravel through here, and that seems to be working quite well. I've taken 2 loads across it and not got stuck, so hopefully that will have solved it. Right, so I shall end this video here and I shall see you later.